I think we were actually playing pretty good at the beginning of the game. They were doing what they can do. They're making some shots, you know. Marcus hit some tough shots, and all their, you know, they've got guys that can make plays. But I thought we hung in there early, and it gave us a little confidence defensively. We just kept trying to talk about we're competing on the defensive end. When Gordon shifted one time to the nail and was in the right place and tipped the ball and got a steal, to me that kind of got us going on the defensive end. Just got us more aggressive. So it was good. You know, everybody that came in the game took a lot of pride in it. I think it was one of the best defensive games that Trey's played all year. I was really happy to see him, you know, compete, you know, pressure the ball, and his pick and roll defense was really good. So those two guys, to me, you know, Gordon off the ball, Trey on the ball, when they do that, we're better, just a better defensive team. I think we played like pure, you know. I think, you know, we made some mistakes, but for the most part, guys tried to, they played for one another, you know, and when you're unselfish like that, and, you know, you don't care what happens, and we were trying to make each other better. And I just think you get rewarded for that. Obviously, you got to make a shot or two, but that was kind of what it felt like to me on the floor, that we just kind of played with purity. It's nice to see. If anything, the reality of the thing was he was probably excited, and he left his feet. I know Alex Jensen was angry because we showed him about 10 clips and don't leave your feet. And so, you know, against a player of that caliber, it's hard not to. But I think both he and Trevor were really juiced up, and they did a good job when they settled down. And Rudy, you know, he just take a deep breath, and when we came back in the second time, he played good. It was good to see him out there. You know, he was giving him a hard time. He's got new shoes now, you know, with like red on the bottom. Gave him a little boost. The best thing he did, you know, he defended off the ball. He made it hard to move it a few times, and he was comfortable. He took a shot. You know, sometimes when you're out that long, I think the first time he was out, when he came back, he hesitated. And tonight he didn't look like he'd been, you know, he hadn't played in a while. And, you know, our medical staff has done a terrific job, you know, from our doctors to, you know, training staff, because and he's worked at it, so it's nice to see him back out there. I know he's been dying to play. You know, Trey, there's some things, and you know, obviously you guys don't see it because, you know, it's practice and what we call batting practice, you know, before practice, and he's working. You know, he's working on his mid-range, his floater. He's always had that pull-up. I want him to shoot the ball when they go under behind the screen. That's the next thing for him. But his reads are getting better, and he's in there and he's trying to make the right play. And there was one time he went up and he dropped it on the floor back to Fave. So I just think he's improving. And tonight he made it. You know, it's been coming. Tonight the ball went in the basket for him. I think we went into the game knowing we were going to play 10 guys. You know, Rudy got in foul trouble early, and I thought Jeremy gave us really good minutes. I think his minutes were really important, you know, when we made a good run with our bench. But it felt like the game felt fluid. The guys came in and were ready to play. If guys do that and they come in and they defend, it's easy to leave them in the game. You know, for me, as long as they see effort defensively, you feel like, you know, we'll find a way to score. So I was happy to see that all the way around. Well, they beat us bad in San Antonio. There was a physicality, and you know, they just looked like the world champs, you know, and we looked like a very young team. So it's going to be hard for us, you know. The things that they do, they know how to take things away from you. They're so well prepared. You know, Portland too, but you know, the Spurs, I think, you know, that's the level that, you know, from a consistency standpoint, that, you know, almost every program in the NBA wants to achieve. They're healthy, and that's the main thing. They're healthy. They're a terrific team, and we'll just try to compete. I was really concerned coming back from the break because I felt like we made progress defensively, and felt like it was a long enough break. I really didn't know what entirely to expect, and you don't have a lot of preparation time. You want to make sure you get a little bit of run and get in shape, but I wanted to maintain the progress that I think we made, and then our whole thing all year has been to try to get better. And when you play hard, you give yourself a chance. I think when we compete, you get a good barometer of where you are. And I thought we played hard the whole night. There was a bit of time in the beginning of the third quarter when we looked kind of soft. We didn't play with a lot of force offensively. So, I mean, just consistency, really. Within a game, from game to game. For young teams that are trying to get better, that's usually the hardest thing. You can do it on a given night. You can do it in a given quarter. We did it tonight. We played good. But it's harder to do it every time out, and that would be what we're shooting for.